crazy times. The world just needs a hero to help cut through all the noise.
Well, now you have two.
Oh, Smith, here we go. I'm pumped now. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to yet another amazing, drum roll, episode of the Heroes of Noise, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pumped, I'm jazzed, I'm ready. I'm only one side of this, though. You have another guy over there just as pumped and just as ready as me. His name is the man, the myth, the legend. Who are you over there?
Yeah, let's kick some ass. Woo, Steve. Are we awake or what, man? If anybody can tell right now, we are crazy awake and completely ready to do a show. Aren't we, Steve?
We are so awake that I don't think I could go back to sleep if I wanted.
Right.
Like if I curled up in my comfortable bed, turned off the lights for like an hour, it wouldn't feel good at all.
There is zero reluctance to start this show. We are ready to tear it up for you guys. We did not discuss not doing a show today.
Let's go! Dan, I have a question for you. How are you doing, man? How are you, man? How are you doing? You okay?
Wonderful, man. I was born ready to do this.
How was your day today? Tell me about your day, Dan.
My day? As in, like, just today? Since we've started talking?
Yeah. No, like, what did you do when you woke up today? Where'd you go? What happened? See, you've been up for like 18 hours. I just got up like 45 minutes ago.
Oh, man. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that out, because all I did was go to the grocery store. There's nothing to that, man. But I can tell you something I've been thinking about.
Oh, wow.
I think this will inspire a conversation.
I cannot wait.
You kind of already know, I think, because you gave me one of your
testicles.
Yes, and I put it in my pocket and saved it for later. I have Steve's testicle in my pocket, ladies and gentlemen. It's the kind of day we're having. All right, dude, I'm going to lay this on you.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling I know the way you're going to go with this. I'm just curious. I don't have a lot of ideas yet.
Uh-huh.
I don't have anything set in stone. I have a thought that keeps repeating in my head, and I need to share it with you. And I want to see what you think, all right?
Okay, all right.
Now, one should chase their dreams, right?
Yes.
What if it's like not so much a dream as, well, I guess it's kind of a dream. It's more of a daydream. It's kind of a whimsy, but I think it could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I'm thinking about purchasing a food truck. Now, I realize that this means socializing with people, and I know that's not your bag.
Dan.
Come on.
I don't understand why.
Okay, first of all, real quick,
okay,
before you respond, what is your first thing that you picture?
A truck of food with you passing out food out of said truck.
Yeah, but I mean, are you talking like a taco truck, or are you...
I was thinking ice cream.
An ice cream truck. Maybe if it was done fancy with some kind of
like
a gimmick.
It's cake. Because you don't have to talk to people much then.
But what if I want to talk to people?
Dan.
Hey, I'm not you weirdo.
Dan, okay, but Dan, you get, I think you have a level, like talking to people for like an hour that you don't know, and a series of people that you don't know for an hour. I don't see that as your thing. I see that as you'll have a really good conversation with somebody for 15 minutes and be like, wow, that was really good. Then when you stop the next time someone else wants to have a conversation, you'll be like, all right, come on.
Dude,
now.
It's a food truck. It's not a conversation truck.
I understand that, but
hi,
first,
what'll it be? Okay, here's your number, and then here's your food.
But you still got to meet people and enjoy their company for them to say, hey, you should go to Dan's freaking food truck. Now,
you want me to be like the old Italian guy that walks around the restaurant? How's everything?
Yes.
Hey, look at this guy.
Yes.
I tell you about when I met Rocky Marciano. Hey, I was right there with him, and he gave me a left or a right. I said, "Hey, you crazy goomba, you fucking prick." Well,
yes,
no,
that's
you just go and you're friendly to people. I can be friendly to people with quick little interludes all day long. That's what I do for a living.
Okay, and here's another thing. You don't mind being cooped up in a truck for 8 hours?
No.
And here's yet another. When has this been a dream of yours?
I said maybe it was more of a whimsy. So like before my dad passed, we were talking about possibly doing something like this. Now, food truck life wasn't that chic back then. It wasn't popular. So we were thinking maybe doing like a catering service or something. But now that's kind of the thing. I don't know if I'm missing the boat. Apparently, by the way, if you go to the UK, I could corner the market on this if I went to the UK.
Well, I mean, there's food trucks that are so popular in LA that like they'll put on Twitter, be like, we're going to be here now, and there's going to be a huge crowd when it shows up.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Because they just do. Now,
like Chef,
Fresno,
like the movie Chef.
Yeah, but okay, but can you cook like that?
I can cook. I'm not saying I'm just going to start tomorrow. I have to work up a menu, got to work up a name, a gimmick. There's licensing, there's permits, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm just saying this is something that's been going on. It's been going on in my head for probably like a year and a half, and it just sort of resurfaced lately.
I mean, here's the thing. Would you be successful? Yes. I think you would be successful if you quit everything and did just that, learned how to cook, and like found your groove. Yeah, you could do it. Do I see you dropping everything else to do this food truck? No, I do not. You're not a jump off the ledge guy because you can't afford to be. If you were just you and Gail, hypothetically, sure, you could jump off a ledge and start doing a food truck.
You start small. What you do, you go to the farmers markets.
So you'd be like a food cart?
No, I'm going to be like the dude with the ring, 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 hello.
Yeah, you riding the bike with that thing.
With Tapatio
I used to buy meat from a guy that did that, though. I used to buy meat from a guy that rode a bike with meat in the back.
You would. That doesn't surprise me at all.
But, Dan.
Hi, strange man with mystery meat on his bicycle. Sure,
I'm buying it.
I'll take a few pounds of that.
Totally.
That's not what I'm going for. It's not going to be this white truck that pulls up with no writing on it, opens up shop and just like starts slinging meat outside the back of it.
I understand that, but when you say you start small, what does that even mean, dude?
I'm saying you get your gear together, how you're going to do it, present yourself correctly, right?
Uh-huh.
My theme, the name, all that stuff. Everything's there in place already, but I'm starting small. Like, like, you know, just like someone would podcast, you know, you start off small, you just put it out there and you see who bites. In this case, I'd be going to like farmers markets, maybe try to get involved with some cons.
But here's the thing. You are entertaining. Podcasting makes sense because you are entertaining on a podcast. You can talk well. I don't know if you can cook well. I don't know.
I get that you don't know. But that's the only reason?
No, it's not that. It's like for me to, if I said, Dan, you should totally do this. And then later on you do it and it turns out you're not good. And I say, you know what? I should have asked you if you could cook. You'd be like, yeah, you probably should have before telling me to jump.
So what do you think? I'm just going to go to the store, buy a bunch of food and then look at it and go, okay, now what?
No, that's why I asked you. I'm like, can you cook? And you said, I mean, I could.
No,
I'm like,
I said
well,
I can cook. Answer. I just said I don't know what the menu would be just yet. Like,
so I didn't know you could. So you're a great cook.
What are you talking about? Do you know how many times, Steve, on this podcast you've talked about me cooking? Get it together, Hudson.
I didn't know you were a good cook. I didn't know you cook. Like, people can cook. I didn't know you were a great cook.
Well, my specialty's more of a barbecue thing, but I'm thinking I don't want it to stop there. I don't want it just to be like the pit master's grill kind of thing. You know, I would like to do something involving barbecue, the aspects of barbecue, but I would like it to be something else. And I don't know what yet.
You know what? I know what I'm going to do. Did you know that they sent me to a week-long, I went to a week-long business seminar one time?
No.
I'm sure I told you this.
No.
Well, I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did.
Just one of the many things you haven't.
And I had a business startup program and I had a business startup idea and all that stuff. I had a business plan set up. Couldn't get a loan. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you some questions, Dan.
Okay.
Because I believe in you.
All right.
And if you're really for real, no question. Okay.
But you got to bear in mind, this is just something that's floating around. It's not like I woke up with my full plan in my head.
Oh, I know.
So
no
if I don't answer your question correctly, you can't be like, well, so you don't know. You don't know.
There's no correct answer, by the way. There's no correct answer to these questions because you're just being like, oh, this.
Okay. Shoot.
All right. So, in your perfect scenario, how long would it be for you before you actually turn to profit? In your perfect scenario.
I would not expect to turn to profit for at least a year.
Okay. And in that year, do you have a backup situation that you're going to pay bills with?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Doing what I do right now.
Oh, so you're going to be doing 16 hours again.
Hell yeah. But it'll be fun.
No, it's totally. No question. So
at first, at least, it could turn to shit, but I mean, it might be fun.
Well, it's going to be fun for as long as you want to do it, for sure.
Yeah.
So you're going to go to work. get off work, prepare all the food until the morning.
It isn't going to just be me.
It's going to be you and your wife.
Sure, and maybe it'll be a family thing.
Oh, it's going to be a family. I thought, okay.
I got lots of ideas floating around. I don't know exactly which way I'm going to go just yet, but I'm just saying it's not going to just be
You
me
can do it, Dan.
waking up at the ass crack of dawn and just going out there setting up shop by myself. Don't even have time to go to the bathroom because it's just me. No, this isn't a yard sale, friend. This is a business I'm trying to create.
Here's the thing, Dan. The reality is the truth of the matter is, and this is real. I mean, you could do it. You could do it and be successful. Let's just throw that out. That is a total reality. If you want to do this, you could not only do this, but be successful at doing this. That is now on the side. You got to put that as an automatic. There is no, will you be successful? Can you do this? Whatever.
Here comes the but.
It's just, you can do this. It's just the fact of, hey, will you? That's it. You can, and you would be successful. It's just, will you and do you want to do it? That is the only question.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's starting to float around in my head a lot more. I'm thinking that, in the later part of life, maybe this is something I can do. Maybe this is my transition to retirement.
You know what? Now that's a great idea. Oh, I thought you were thinking
I'm
about
nowhere
doing it
near
now.
retirement. I'm just saying, you have something. Like what I do is great, and I'm good at it. I'm very good at it. I'm not going to front, but I don't know. I just think it would be fun to be a good way to see the world, or at least the country.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Driving
like you
around.
can literally travel.
Yeah, go to like South by Southwest, pull up in there.
Go to Canada.
But that's ballsy to go up to South by Southwest and be selling barbecue. Just something I'm thinking about. Yeah.
I think it's be great.
So I'm going to go to the barbecue capital of the world and sling my Fresno barbecue.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. It's good. It ain't
you
perfect.
Can do pop-ups. You can do pop-ups where it's like, hey, I'm going to be at this place at this time. Now, where you'd make a killing is by the courthouse. Because I know a few sheriffs, and they all go. They'll hit up the food trucks so that they don't have to go to like actual restaurants.
I know what you're saying, but do you know the difference between like say what I'm calling a food truck versus the lunch truck? Do you know what I'm getting at? Like I don't want it just to be like I don't want it to just be where I go and okay, well we've got burritos and we've got sandwiches. I don't care. It's not the food. There's a gimmick I want to sell too, and I'm not sure exactly what it is just yet. For instance, having some kind of theme that you can play off of without getting sued. I don't know how some of these places do it. Like they have Star Wars themed places and shit like that. That's all been used up. But what if I did like a rock and roll theme of sorts?
Oh, dude! And so when you open the thing, you'll hear like jamming rock music coming out of it, and people could just come up and eat.
Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit nichey. I was talking to somebody. I said it's a little bit nichey, but what if I just played, the band Rush?
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about, Rush?
I'm gonna say yes.
You don't know. God damn it, Steve.
I do. But if you tell, what's their popular song?
That you would know. I'm gonna go with Tom Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
Do you?
No.
You don't know.
I'm almost sure that do they say Tom Sawyer? I don't think they say it in the song.
Anyway, Steve.
But you know what I was thinking for you? Since you love that sort of thing, would you not do an 80s one?
I could. That's what I'm thinking about. Call it Hungry Like the Wolf. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Dan, you just made a hit.
You see what I'm saying?
You just made a hit.
There's something
That's
there.
what you call it.
There's something
And then here's the thing. Every day that you have a band, like if it's Hungry Like a Wolf, whatever, all the things on the menu can be like a pun on whatever Duran Duran hits were.
There you go.
And then the next day, if you do Rush, they can be puns on Rush stuff.
This is Rush, by the way.
Okay.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
I have never heard the song.
God damn it, Steve. Why do I even talk to you? I don't get it. Why do we have a show? I don't get it.
I have never.
Well, check it out. Rush has a song called Subdivisions, right?
Yes.
So what if I themed it out Rush and made sub sandwiches and I could call it Subdivisions?
Oh, come on, dude. What if you have a Freddie Mercury day and called Don't Stop Meat Now? Come on, G.
Don't Stop Meat Now. Hey, that's pretty good. Especially if it's like barbecue related, Don't
Come on,
Stop
dude.
Meat Now.
Come on.
I like it.
I think okay. Here's the thing. Like I said, Dan,
there's a Metallica themed one, and it's called Grill 'Em All.
Are you serious?
That's pretty good.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's already been touched. I got to be careful with this. But I don't know where that one is.
Okay.
Now I got to think about.
I really like that. Like, here's the thing, Dan. I'm telling you,
I got one.
Oh, I can't wait. Go.
What if it's like a hip hop theme one?
Yes.
Just play nothing but like 90s hip hop all the time. Sandwich place, 3 Meats High and Rising.
Oh my God. That is such a good idea.
See? You can come along. You want to join me? You want to be in this?
I would love to, because then you could do NWA but niggas with barbecue.
That would be very successful. Being that I can't even join in on the joke, that's going to be real successful.
But here's what I would tell you, Dan. I'm promising you this. You could do this and it would be successful. I don't know if the 16-hour days would work though, G. I'm saying you would make enough money doing the truck, I believe, that you'd be okay. With this sort of gimmicky stuff, where you have all the posters ready, all the menu items ready, and since you're doing like a bunch of like music stuff, you would have to have like a grip of different menus, but it's all going to be derivative of the same thing. You're just calling it something else. I think it would sell, like, as soon as they see the 80s stuff and Rush or whatever you start with, people are going to come, they're going to literally fly. They'll be like, oh my God, this is so cool. As soon as one person comes, they're going to tell everybody. And if you could set up shop at if you can get a thing for your like daughter's school and say, hey, how do I get a school contract? They might let you set up next to her school for the first day. And those kids are on Twitter on a daily.
I could totally do that already.
Well, then, Jude, those are the kids that are going to get your name out there because they're on Instagram. They're on, look where I'm at. And they're going to be like, oh, I want to go there. Next thing you know, you're everywhere. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm not going to regret saying this. I would not even do 16 hours. I'd say skip it and follow your dream. Dude, life is short, man.
Tell me about it.
Life is, Luke Perry died.
I know.
I guarantee Luke Perry was like, what is going to be my next project? And then he has a stroke and he passes away.
Wasn't he in the middle of Riverdale? I don't know if like filming wise, but
he is in he's
in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad, dude. 52 years old. You're damn right life is short.
Dude, I watched every episode of 9 Until Now.
So did I.
And so knowing that happened, I'm like, oh, yeah. Now I used to look back and say, wow, being old, I can't imagine it. Now looking at 50, I'm like, oh, now I see how it happens. You look back, you're like, my life just went. It went so fast. And dude, if the food truck, here's the thing. The worst thing that can happen is it fails and you still have a license to perform the thing that you do well anyway. Your license isn't going to go anywhere.
Beastie Boys theme, License to Grill.
That's a good one, G.
Just saying.
That's a good one.
It is. It's probably been done.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but it's not going to be.
Took it.
Yeah, someone totally did. Oh, I guarantee that. You can do an Oliver Stone theme, Natural Born Gorillas.
Gorillas in the Mist.
Oh my! Now that's the one.
In the summertime, you just put misters outside.
What? Oh, gee, come on, Dan. Come on, Dan.
There's something to this, Hudson. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying
Dan. I'm going to do it, but it's in my head a lot.
You shouldn't have told me then.
Why?
Because I'm going to be crazy on it now.
Good. I need ideas. I need a partner.
I think you should do it. Screw it. Life goes so quick. Follow your dreams, man.
Johnny Bucks came up with Euros of Noise.
That is actually genius. That is actually freaking genius.
Euros. It ain't bad, right? I don't know how to make euros, but I can try.
That is so funny. Only Bucks would come up with silliness like that.
This is why I'm putting it out there.
Euros of no.
Yeah.
That's really
Send me
funny.
some names, guys.
That is so funny, dude.
Send me some puns.
I think So for the one I really like, Gorillas in the Mist. It is so. I don't know why that tickles me so much. I just think it's really, really funny. Gorillas in the Mist. Like, it's enough for me. Like, if you had that on the side of your truck, I'm stopping and be like, hey, who came up with that?
It's not bad.
Because there's only a few people that are gonna get it. And the people that get it are gonna laugh in their cars. It'd be like Gorillas in the Mist. Like, technically, G, you can name it that and still do your 80s themed stuff. Because that's a genius name of a freaking. Or Euros of Noise or Gorillas in the Mist. Those are the two names you should try. Because Gorillas in the Mist is literally going to make me look. I'm going to be like, what the hell is that? That is so funny.
It's either going to be like people that are Ice Cube fans showing up, or it's going to be the people that were, what was her name? The lady that actually, they wrote that out. Was it Diane, like Fossey or something like that?
Her name was,
I think it was Diane Fossey.
Okay.
I think.
I know there's a Bob Fosse that's a dancer.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked.
Wrong Fosse.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, no. But yeah, those, if I pass by that truck, I'm going to be like, dude, that is hilarious. And let alone if you open the window and there's music coming out and all the things are different 80s themed stuff or rock themed stuff. I'll be like, this is genius. And here's what I will tell you. You're going to have an immediate copycat. An immediate copycat.
But I might be the copycat. I got to do more research in this. There's probably some, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost the idea came too quick. It might already be out there.
But okay, but that's what we think, like, we're PayPal. Oh, paying online, there's no way that we're the first that thought about it. Elon Musk did do it. He probably was like, this is too easy. And he did it. And sold the company immediately. So sometimes the best ideas come quickly.
You know what it is? I have to stop watching the movie Chef. Every time I watch that movie, man, I get inspired.
But that's just it. That's a thing, though. I don't watch freaking certain movies and be like, I want to be a that. Maybe that's a thing that you just want to pursue, and let alone the fact that you used to talk about it anyway back in the day.
I did.
I mean, I don't see how much. Do you know how much a food truck is?
I was looking on, I forget what it was called. It was like I think it was something as easy as foodtrucknation.com, I think is what it was.
Okay.
And you can get old school trucks for like $60,000.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah, but if you're going to invest in it, it's going to be even more money.
I mean,
you got to try and make that money back, of course. But
I mean, if you get a loan for 60 racks, you can just pay it back slowly.
60 clams, 60 big ones.
Gee, that's not bad.
What can I do for you today, Mr. Amaris? I need 60 racks, 60 big ones.
60 racks. Now, so I think the most, I would honestly just say I would go full bore. You're already doing a few hours now and just don't pick up and just do the food truck.
I'm doing a bunch of hours now. But this is just something I'm thinking about, man. I don't see it dying anytime soon. I don't want to get on it like when it's dying. I don't want to rush it either. But if I hit it at a very comfortable pace and I don't dilly-dally, I think it's possible.
All right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it will take, in order for it to get off the floor in like a year, it'll take every day you actually sitting down and doing stuff with it every day now.
Maybe I need to start small. Maybe I do like a stand.
A stand would be smart.
Go to the farmers markets, get my name out there a little bit, see what they think.
That'd be good. I mean, the thing you could do is like you said, have a stand with, you have your egg. You can make some stuff with if you set up like at 4 a.m. By the time people start walking into the farmer's market, like that one on Sean First. I don't know if it's called the Caba. Have you seen that place?
The Pavilion?
No, it's right behind it's on the northeast corner of Sean First. It's behind the Chevron.
Oh, Sean First.
Yeah, and there's a farmer's market there, like a fresh food.
Oh yes, market. I do know what you're talking about. Yes,
and I forgot how you say the name, but
sorry, non-locals, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
If you go over there and say, "Hey, look, I just I have a stand and I just want to put it out here right quick, and is it okay?" And if they're like, "Yeah," just start there. And if you sell 3 sandwiches that whole day and get a person's honest opinion on them and have them fill out a questionnaire, and they're like, could use more whatever, and if all of them universally say one thing, you'll be like, note to self. And you can just literally start building up your ideas. Like, there's only one way to, and you could do it now if you get go downtown, get your business license. The business license it was $12 when I got one. It might be like $20 now. But you can go down there, get a business license, and just start doing it, dude.
I'm not going to disagree with you, man. I think there might be something to this. Like, it's in my head, I'm telling you. And when things get in my head, Hudson, it's bad. Or it's good. Or it's a little bit of both.
Here's what I'm going to ask you. What would stop you from saying, like, in May, I'm going to set up a little stand in front of that market and sell, I have a menu of 7 things. Pick amongst these 7 things. Cute names, of course. You got to use someone like Gorillas in the Mist. You got to use some of those. But pick that, and you could literally sell for 5 hours and then go home.
What would stop me?
Yeah.
The lack of a plan right now. I need to plan it out. You're talking
for
May.
A day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave. I'm saying you just have your egg out there, and you're only you only have a little stand with your egg. That's it. You have everything you need right now. All you're doing is planning a menu. And you cook well already. It's just like if I were like, hey, in May, you have to do a wedding and learn 25 songs. I'd be like, if I start now, I'm fine. Because I know how to play the piano already. You know how to cook already. All you're doing is adding stuff on top of what you already know. You'll be fine,
see your
dude.
point. But I think that I would rather take a little bit more time and like plan the menu out correctly. Do some experimentation with it. Get it to where I really want it. Work on the presentation.
True, but I think that's what those people are for. There's the real experimentation is only them. Because if you're like, oh, tastes good, be like, yeah, to you. There's only one real experimentation. And that's them. That's what we're guinea pigs at Costco. They're like, hey, pass those out. See how people like them. Tell them that you're selling them. See how they like them.
No, I feel you. Maybe I will.
I would be there with bells on watching this.
Watching. Laughing.
No, I would not laugh. I would not laugh. If anything, I might scare people off. I would try to be quiet. I would try my best to be quiet. Instead of being like, this is the best sandwich you're ever going to taste.
I could keep you away just by opening up at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no, no. You don't understand, G. This is not something I'm going to miss.
You just want to watch.
I don't think you quite understand because it's a dream happening. And like when you blow up, I could say, I was there the morning of when you first opened.
Hey, peep this.
I remember that day.
What if I attach a companion podcast to it? The startup all the way to completion.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. We got to push pause. No, we don't. I'm joking. Don't push pause.
Okay. Not going to push pause.
That is freaking genius.
Yeah. A startup program thing.
Dan, that's
my
how Gimlet Media started.
From conceptualization to the finished product, you know?
Dan.
Stammering this morning. What's up with that?
Danathan.
That's why I'm saying it, Hudson. It's not like you're giving me these ideas. This is what I've been thinking about.
You should totally do it.
I might. Seriously.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh, what? I have a few things in the works right now, as you know.
That's good. Okay.
No, you know for a fact, like all bullshit aside, I've got a few things in the works right now where I really don't want to commit to anything until I figure out what exactly is going to happen.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
So I don't want to do anything like, I don't want to say
you have
I'm
a child
starting
on the way. Everybody, he has a child on the way.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to bite off more than I can chew until I figure out what's going on. And once I figure out my regular schedule, if you will, then we'll be good. There's just too many things up in the air right now where I don't want to commit to anything just yet. But I'm starting to formulate the plan.
Okay. I can't wait for this to come to whatever decision you make. I can't wait for it to happen. Whatever decision you decide.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your support. But guys, seriously, What do you think? You got some ideas for me? Throw some names at me. I'm just going to take them. Don't try and sue me later. Don't ask for money. But be generous with your creativity. Send me some names. Send me some ideas. What would you like to see? Doesn't mean I'm going to use them.
Geez, there's an endless supply of freaking puns. They're just going through my brain.
I know. We just need to sit down. Now,
I mean, first you got to decide if you want to do it.
But I'm saying we tend to, start playing off of each other. We could come up with something good.
Well, the thing is, I think, here's the thing. There's an endless supply. People are going to be sending in a bunch of stuff. It's going to be fun to see what happens, man. I'm very eager to see how it pans out. If you decide to do it, if you don't decide to do it, why you didn't do it. It's going to be endless conversation fodder. You already know what I think. I think you brought it up because you know what I'd say.
I never know what you're going to say.
I mean, with dreams, I'm only going to say one thing. I'm not a fan.
You need to have went from discouraging me to encouraging me. You know that, right?
No, but remember I said you can do it and be successful. You need to put that to the side. Because I was like, oh, he doesn't know what I think. You need to put that to the side. You can do it if you really wanted to do it. I believe any dream could just happen. I just believe that. If you want to do it, then just do it. However, these things, but I'm like, but you could do it tomorrow. I mean, you could do it like next week.
You're right, though. Worst case scenario, I fail.
That's literally if I went to another country and I was like, oh, I freaking failed at a food truck, they'll be like, there are people buzzing bullets past my head. I will take your place any day of the week. If that's your worst case, I will take your place. I'm like, you know what? We have too many opportunities here. Worst case scenario, you're right back to where you started.
Right. Well, that's why I don't want to leave what I'm currently doing.
I mean, I would say even that, you still have a certificate of what you do.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're going to always have that. So you are in a no-lose. You are literally in a no-lose situation.
No, I think there's quite a bit to lose, actually.
What?
Money.
Okay. You can get that back.
It's true.
You're in a no-lose. Now, if I did it, I'm not going to find what I do making this money. But I would still be like, if someone was like, hey, we want you to write a song for whoever the deuce. After 2 songs, I'm gone.
Why? You don't think they'll use you anymore?
No, I'm saying not from them. I'd say I would dedicate my life to the dream. I would have to.
No,
Once I get a placement, I would have to.
I'm still waiting to hear your shit.
I know, dude. And it's ready too. It's in the Dropbox. You know what's funny? I dropped it in Preacher accidentally for like a day. And I was like, oh crap. And I put it to another folder.
So it's in the Dropbox right now?
No, I accidentally did it for a day and then I pulled it out.
Why don't you put it in the Dropbox real quick?
Here you go, G.
And then I can play something.
Here. I feel you, dog.
Take the leap, my friend. Take the leap. I'm sure people would want to hear that.
Here's the thing. We'll both take the leap.
Yeah, but you're ready.
That's
like you're on the ledge. All you need to do is take the step. I need to go climb the stairs.
That's not true. Dan, our steps are equal.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I have not been working on my dream for multiple years.
Now, you make a good point, but your experience adds to your dream. So in a way, you have been working on your dream.
Nah, you're not going to get off that easy. You can only bullshit me so much, Hudson.
Oh, dude. Never mind. I'm not going to do these puns all day.
Well, no, please. Maybe this is the one.
I don't think it is. And there's just too many. Like, I thought about 18, like a bunch of them for 2 Live Crew. But I was like, it just depends on what. Like, if you got a beer, it's 2 Live Brew. What are we talking about right now, Jay?
I'm kind of liking the Beastie Boys thing because I could do like pulled pork.
License to Grill is good.
I could do pulled pork. Yeah, License to Grill is the thing, right? The name of it.
I don't think
you do pulled pork
in the must miss though.
It's called
that is so good.
It's called Slow and Low. That would be the name of the sandwich.
Oh, that's good.
Because you cook it low and slow.
Is that how you cook the sandwich for real?
Yeah. Pulled pork you do. Not the sandwich itself, but pulled pork. You got to do it low and slow.
Why do you call it pulled pork?
Because once it's done, you like shred it apart. You're pulling the pork. And you make sandwiches out of it.
That's interesting.
Not sandwiches, sir. Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
But I'm saying, see, I've got 2 now for Beastie Boys.
Okay. That's a good one. What else?
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking about, there's Paul Revere, Brass Monkey.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going off a License to Ill.
Yeah, but dude, that's because that's what you said, License to Grill.
The Eggman.
Eggman, what's that?
Paul's Boutique, man. It's like their best album.
Oh, no. We're doing License to Grill. We're doing,
I'm not going to theme it around one album.
Why not? If it's called License to Grill, you should theme it around License to Ill.
No,
that just makes sense.
That's just the starting point. That's the eye catcher. Oh, look, it's a Beastie Boys theme. I can make the truck look like the album.
But see, dude, so you would literally every single different album you decide to do, you'd repaint the truck?
No.
Oh.
I'm just getting a name.
Oh, and now see, here's the question. Would you say License to Grill and still put rock music sometimes? Or would you rather do rock and occasionally have hip hop?
No, I think they'd get it. And I think that a lot of Beastie Boys fans like rock anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen their crowds.
Mm-hmm. Lots of baseball hats.
Yeah. Probably a lot of red ones now.
Oh, that's just racist, man. See? Racism's terrible unless you want to do it.
They're the most likely to have the red hats.
That's a racist remark.
That is not true. That is not true. That is just like, well, yeah, I mean, from their makeup of their albums or the makeup of their fan base, probably.
Nah,
I'd imagine.
I don't think
Especially after License to Ill.
I don't think so. I find that highly racist and offensive, man.
After License, dude, when we were listening to License to Ill, we didn't even know they were white. Until we saw like a video. We were like, oh, sniff.
You knew they were white. They sounded like Jerry Lewis.
No, they didn't. not Paul Revere. When he was like, I had a little horse named Paul Revere. We're like, oh, this dude's killing. And then we watched the video. We're like, oh, that dude's killing. And he's white. That's crazy. It's just like, I don't care what nobody says. You can clown Vanilla Ice all you want. Y'all were rocking to Ice Ice Baby. If you weren't, you were silly. We were all jamming to Ice Ice Baby. And we didn't know he was white either until we saw the thing. So when Eminem came out and like, oh, this white boy can rap, I was like, he can, but we've had that before. I didn't know why people went crazy. I'm like, no, I mean.
You're comparing Eminem to Vanilla Ice?
No. I'm saying like we had the Beastie Boys could rap. Paul Revere, he was spitting. And I still don't know what the hell they were talking about on that song. They were spitting. But they act like Eminem was like the first. But anyway, back to the original. I think that a big deal is, whatever you name this truck, that is going to be the thing. Because renaming it is probably the thing you don't want to do. You don't want to have to be like, let's rebrand. Your name is going to be everything. And so if you like License to Grill, if you're partial to that, you know what I'm partial to.
And then I get the local, check this out. I get the local brewery to make me a proprietary, like my own brew.
Oh, dude.
A craft ale, and I'm saying that on purpose. Call it She's Crafty.
Oh, that's really good.
No, it's not that good, actually. I thought it was.
No,
it sounded good at first, but then it wasn't.
Well, I think you're taking away from it. I think it's good.
Okay, I'll keep it. It's in there still. What else we got? Let's see. I'm just looking on.
What do we have? What's the song list? Name out the song list. Your boy's gonna rattle them off though. Come on, go. Hit me with them.
I'm looking for something that's gonna work. Let's see here.
What's the track listing?
I'm just going randoms.
Okay.
Sabotage. Fight for your right.
Okay. Oof. You could put fight for your bite. Like you better get in line first.
Fight for your bite. I like that.
Yes. Okay, you're welcome.
Intergalactic.
That's the jam. Okay, I gotta remember. We're doing one thing.
How's it go?
I forgot about that song.
Do it again.
That was my jam. Me and Maj used to be in the car like, ugh. Intergalactic.
And then whoever is at the register taking the order, they have to say, "So what you want?"
That's a good one. Intergalactic. Is there any word that rhymes with enter that you would actually cook? Because intergalactic seems like a loss if you can't make anything out of that.
Yeah, I don't think
that is a big loss.
Well, but now I am if I'm going full Beastie Boy theme, I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should just have License to Grill and then have it be around 80s stuff.
Okay. That means you can't use a lot of good rap. But you don't have to. There's a lot of there's enough 80s rock that you will be able to use. You will never run out of Duran Duran by themselves. Since you're such a fan, how many songs can you make a menu out of?
What if it's around like 80s hair metal like we were talking about last week?
Oh, there we go. Done deal.
Homemade cherry pie.
Oh, come on, G. Bon Jovi.
Bon
If we have
Jovi.
Bon.
I like it. That's good. Bark at the moon pie. What else?
Oh yeah, you know what, dude? The sweets are a thing, right? You're going to be selling sweets.
What if I just did sweets? Nah, people need to have a savory too, though. That's the thing.
Oh, that's true. If it's on lunch, yes. But during the summer, they will like those ice creams. But you don't even have to change She's My Cherry Pie.
Just getting sued left and right from record companies.
You make a good freaking point.
I know. I was thinking about that right now. Maybe none of this is going to work whatsoever.
No, it will, because you can do, because remember,
I think I could get away with selling cherry pie.
Because Weird Al didn't need people's permission to do their songs. He did it out of sheer to be courteous.
I'm not Weird Al.
Because I know, but you can do a making fun of something and you won't get sued. As long as you're doing something making fun of that thing and you're not using the exact words. She's My Cherry Pie is fairly spot on.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it She's My Cherry Pie.
You can call it Cheese My Cherry Pie.
Nah, that would sound racist too.
How?
Why I gotta be Mexican and then say Cheese My Cherry Pie?
Oh, geez Louise. I didn't even think about that. Holy crap, that's racist.
It'd be more like Cheese My Sherry Pie. That's how it would
really be. Can say it though. You're Ramirez.
I have to talk with the accent all the time. Joe, want some Cheese My Sherry Pie?
Oh yeah, you would definitely. You're gonna get on Instagram. People are gonna be like, "Don't go to this racist truck."
Don't go there.
Gee, look, License to Grill is a great idea. I'm gonna put it out there. The only thing that would make you fail is if you did not do it. That's my thoughts. That's the only possible way it fails.
Okay, well, like I'm telling you, man, I'm not gonna do this tomorrow. It's just been. You asked me how my day was, right? Mm-hmm. It's been on my mind. This leads us to this point. That's how my day's been.
That's a wonderful day.
Yeah, I've been walking around the grocery store trying to get ideas.
I'm very, very pumped that you brought this up. And as a matter of fact, I think it would be a very sad day if it doesn't happen. Sad year. Whenever it happens, it will be sad if it doesn't happen now. Because I'm invested.
You're invested. Ooh, I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Emotionally.
Okay. That's a little more realistic, I think.
Oh, that would be so awesome, man. So other than the food truck convo, is there anything else that's been rattling in your brain?
Not a thing. That's it. Stuff I can't talk about just yet, but I will one day. Like if I get my way,
other stuff.
What you're aware of, if I get my way, I'm talking about that.
Okay.
I think. Should I? From your experience?
No.
No, I shouldn't? Okay, then I'm not talking about it. Then that's it, man. That's all.
I have a few thoughts.
Gonna go see Captain Marvel tomorrow.
Oh, yay! That's right. I'm seeing it on Saturday.
I'm seeing it 3 times this week.
You say that often.
I already have tickets.
You say 3. I know. You have 3 tickets?
I have 2 tickets, but I have to take the girls still. So I'm going to do that on Saturday.
You do have to take the girls. They're going to lose their mind.
We'll see. I'll be all bored.
Oh, dude. I already know. As soon as the Marvel thing happens, I'm already in. Did you hear freaking Blade's coming back?
Yep. Heard it. But Snipes isn't involved, is he?
Yes, he is.
For sure? Or is he going to be like an executive producer?
I think he's going to be in there like swimwear, homie.
He still looks pretty good.
He looks fantastic. I think it all depends on if they can get a Michael B. Jordan to be Blade, we're good.
Well, then what would he do?
He'd be his father.
Blade Jr.?
Yeah.
Son of Blade?
Son of Blade?
Is that a thing?
Gee, no.
Should be.
But it could be. And remember, I think the reason that Blade stuck around is because Guillermo del Toro, obviously. But also, and Goyer, David Goyer. Also because he was the first, he showed that you could make a dark Marvel movie and make money. And now they're finally giving him his props. They're like, without you, there is no Marvel movies. It just doesn't happen. Blade deserves his props.
I want to see it modernized.
I don't think they should do it without Guillermo del Toro. I think he's the one that should do it.
Well, what's Guillermo think about this?
I think that he is an Oscar winner now. That definitely changes things.
I do not have time for this bullshit.
Exactly. But unless he's like, I can make this scary. And he can. So I would love to see it. I think, again, here's my guess. I guess it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen this year, obviously. And even if they could do it, they wouldn't do it this year because you're not going to want to compete with Captain Marvel and Endgame. I would even put it up against any DC movie.
Well,
put it up against that.
That's not saying anything.
I mean, after Aquaman, it is.
I guess.
I mean, if you put him up against Momoa, I think that'll say something. And I think here's what I'm going to go so far as Marvel's so dope that if they know how to make trailers that they could maybe take away from Aquaman's box office if they do Blade right. People would go see Blade.
Oh, for sure. Especially now.
Like, oh, dude. Now? And especially if they don't let people know Snipes is in it and he just shows up.
Shows up on the stinger?
Dude. If they don't even say what the movie is and they just zoom in on a guy with a haircut, I'm losing my mind then. If they don't even put Blade, it just says a Marvel flip and we see Blade's haircut and it zooms in on it and then it goes to black.
What if it's just how are we going to get out of this mess? And then you just see like the back of his head. That's all you see. You don't see the coat. You don't see anything. You just see the back of his head all flat top like that and just says, maybe I can help. And then it just goes black. Come on.
Like here's what they do. Like they started as a horror movie where vampires are taking over the nation. It's like, oh, this is going to be a horror movie. And they're like, it shows some head vampire, but like, finally, we've won. And they're like, there's no one that could stop us. And they just zoom in on Blade. I will run out of that theater and probably not see the movie I paid for. I'd just be too pumped.
What if you just see
done.
Wesley's hand pick up the sunglasses?
I'm leaving. Dan, do you understand how dope that commercial? If they play that at Comic-Con, how crazy does that crowd go?
Crazy, insane and crazy.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah,
crazy, insane, and straight crazy. When I say Hussein, you say Shay. That's one of my lines, G. That is one of my favorite lines from him. So check it out, G. I have a thought. I want to know what your thoughts on my Lex. I'm gonna get these whiteboard thoughts out of the way. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
They're done. Okay. Number one, Target is the YouTube of superstores.
How do you figure?
Check it out. When I go onto YouTube and I'm like, I'm gonna look up how to fix a sink. Oh, what's that on the side? How much do sinks cost? Oh, what's that next? Best car crashes. Oh, what's that next? Most gruesome. And next thing you know, you're in the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I go to Target. I'm like, I'm going to buy a sponge. And you walk down the aisle, you're like, hey, what's this? And then you pick that up. Oh, didn't know I needed this. Next thing you know, you walk out with like a rabbit cage, a freaking trench coat. And you're like, why did I buy this? Because Target is the YouTube of stores. You go down a Target rabbit hole. And I don't know how they do it, but I promise you do not leave Target with what you planned on buying.
I kind of make it a point to never just go into Target for no reason because I'm always going to walk out with something. Always.
But what if you go in just for one thing? You won't do that either, huh?
Yeah, I will. But I think there's a lot of people out there that do exactly what you're saying. Not me. I'm a stick and move kind of guy. Get me the hell out of the store as quickly as possible.
I have a book called Predictably Irrational.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about, it's a guy who specializes. He's the one that does like where you put targets. He gets hired to put like where they put target things at, like their products in what line site. And it's called behavioral marketing. And he tells us how predictable we are. And it's a great book, dude. He's like, oh, I know. I've said it on the podcast before. I'm sorry, I'm going to rehash it. One of the stories he tells is, it's my job to know that if I put a suit on a stand and that suit is $500 and down the street a mile, there's a suit that's $494, you're not going to go down the street to get it. But if I put a pin that's $7 and down the street there's a pin the same pin for $1, for that same $6 to $5, you will go down the street because you think it's a different $6. They're like, no, you're saving $6 either way, but I know what monetary value you're going to be like, I won't go down the street for that. He's like, it's the same $6. I just trick you into staying in the store. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh no, dude. Have I been? He's like, oh no, I know what the difference between $9.99 and $9.93 is. Like, I know which one you're going to buy, and I know where to put it in your eyesight to make you buy it. And he did Target. And Target works. I didn't know it was a science, but he's like, I'm going to write this book to tell you how much of a science it is that I do. You walk out of Target with more than you need because of me. That is insane. He's like, yeah, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that did this to you. But that's my first idea. And you said you kind of agree?
Yeah, totally agree.
Okay. And I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but my second thought is I think I've said this, but either way, we're rehashing it because I'm wiping these things off. This is the last one.
Okay.
There's no gorgeous, sexy way for men to take off their pants. Like when I'm in the gym and I'm taking off my jeans, I look like a freaking idiot every time. And when I watch movies, women take off their pants. It looks gorgeous. But me, I look like a freaking squirming moron taking off my jeans.
Do you have one leg that pulls inside out when you take it off?
Yes, it's all in. But the thing is, all of us do.
I don't know
all
why.
of us look crazy in the locker room. And I'm like, oh, men can't take off their clothes in a sexy way, their pants. You can take off your shirt in a sexy way, but when it gets to the pants, you can't do it. You can't do it unless you let them fall.
I think you'd be good till about mid-thigh.
Bingo! That's where it gets weird.
And that's when it gets awkward. Because then you got to stand on one leg.
Bingo!
And if you don't have good balance, then you're all over the place.
Tripping everywhere. Yeah. And it made me feel so good when a guy I was talking to, he was taking off his pants too, and I'm like, oh, cool, we're both dummy. I thought it was just me.
That's what I would have done. You should have asked him in the locker room, hey, do you think there's a sexy way to take off your pants?
Oh, he would have been like, you are now.
He didn't say anything. He just scoots over about 4 feet.
You know what's funny? There are people in the gym that I would ask that to, and they would consider where it's coming from and be like, oh, he would ask this question. And they'd have to think about it. And I guarantee on the way home, they'd be like, you know what? There isn't because I didn't think about it until I tried to. And I'm like, oh, you can't. I looked in the mirror in the gym and I was like, oh, I look ridiculous regardless, which is why next time when I'm with a woman, I'm going to make sure that I'm in my drawers before she's able to peep me getting undressed.
Then you just let him
take off the shirt.
Drop her on your ankles.
Boom. Huh?
You just let him drop her on your ankles? Your drawers.
Oh, that's it. You know, I normally keep my drawers on.
I'm not surprised. Just keep adding to it, but we're not going there today. You've given us enough fodder for, that took away 3 weeks of our normal show. We're done. I'm fucking done. I just pull out my member and my twig and berries, and that's it.
That's what I do. Yeah. I used to keep my shirt on too. And socks. Socks are a thing.
Now you've gone too far.
But the thing is, why keep socks? Why do you take your socks off?
Because it looks weird.
Why would they look at your feet and be like, why are your socks on?
It just seems weird.
That's weird. If the woman was like, why are your socks on? I'd be like, why are you so weird? How did you even know that? Are you looking at my socks? Are you a feet person?
Maybe she is.
That's true. If she's
You're going to deny her?
No, I would take off my socks then. But it would be like, oh, that's weird.
So you know there's a lot of guys that are feet fetish people? Do you think there's just as many women that are feet fetish people? Foot fetishists?
You know, that's a very interesting thing because I've just realized that there are women that are butt people. It didn't cross my mind until recently.
This is a new thing for you.
I mean, here's the thing. I never thought about it. That's just it. I never was like, I thought in my brain, being that I never talked to my sister about these crazy things. I was just like, oh, women, I thought arms and biceps and chest and abs. They're like, no, I'm a butt person. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
That's weird, man. That you don't know.
You don't think you don't. So you think more women? You think there's an equal amount of women that are butt people as bicep and chest people?
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. That's good to know. Even though I'm both. You feel me? I'm good either way. But I think I just never talked to women about that subject, and now that I'm really, 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 really getting in depth with certain people that I probably shouldn't be talking to.
Dude.
Anyway, I was like, oh, this is a big thing. And it's great to know that, to hear what women want from at least what some women want from them saying, oh no, this is generally what me and my homegirls dig. And I'm like, oh, so there's a lot of butt people. But like, yeah, we like that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I always thought that if you have nice arms, that's like
That's it? That's all you need?
Well, nice arms and a good strong jawline, that whole shabago. But I never thought, which is baffling because a lot of dudes I know wear like baggier pants. And so I'm like, well, so women just have to guess, I guess. They have to be like, well, hopefully it looks good. That's interesting. Like, I don't know. I know like what I like. I'm like, I have to see some sort of semblance of what it looks like. But yeah, how did you know that there was a lot of butt women, Dan?
I don't know. I have women friends. I haven't had these conversations for a while, but yeah, it's not like this thing just popped up, bro.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
And you don't have to answer this.
Okay.
You really don't.
This is really foreshadow. What's up?
Is Gail a butt person?
I would think so.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And she
likes my derriere.
Oh. Is that what brought her to you?
I don't really know what did, to be honest with you.
Wow, now that's a conversation.
Yeah, I don't even know. I really don't. Like, I don't get it. I think it's because, like, when she was younger, I remember her saying, I'm a fan of the underdog. And I think that maybe that's what it was. She's like, look at this poor bastard. That's a really good question. Because you've seen what I looked like back then. That's when I met her.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
But maybe she's a chess person, too.
Shut up.
Gee, I'm not going to even say why would be. I'm just saying maybe she's a chess person.
You're crazy.
That's all. I'm saying.
Okay. I hear you. Loud and clear.
She's that. And arm. Do you think you have nice arm? Dan, what do you think are your prized body parts?
Hey, you can't talk about it on the show.
Other than that.
I'm just kidding.
If you're walking, they'd be like, this is what I'm like. This is my prize.
These days?
Yes.
I don't know. It feels weird. I don't know. He's a great conversationalist. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Why does it feel
like when I used to work out all the time and stuff? I would say probably my arms and my shoulders. It sounds really weird to say, but that's what I was complimented on.
Uh-huh.
And my chest at one point.
I told you, G.
But they not once, ever has someone said what you say.
Okay, but that's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's really not.
But so you don't think you have good arms and shoulders anymore?
I think they could be better. I'm working on it.
That's a good thing.
I'm working on it.
That's a really good thing. It's good that you, the dope thing is that you're like, hey, I want to get back to where I was back in the day.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near that. Ever since my shoulder surgeries, man, it's been hard.
I don't want to belabor the issue, but I'm very shocked that you knew that a lot of women are butt people. That surprises me.
That's really not that shocking.
For you to know it is.
For me to know?
Yes. That's very shocking.
Okay, Dr. Ruth, since you're so in tune with women.
No, it's just like you're not the person that would get into that conversation in my brain.
Why?
Because you're kind of like straight-laced. I'm more the person who'll be like at risk of saying something off the wall.
I think I'm more chill now than I was back then. Believe me,
you've known this for a while.
Believe me, I have to sort of mute myself a lot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it's called it's just self-control. You just don't say things all the time.
We're going to have to talk about this with an open... you know what? I know a friend that would come on here and talk about this.
I think this weekend there's a really good chance that we're going to get a lot of these questions and opinions answered. I'm really looking forward to this weekend.
Bruh, you're going to see a different Steve this weekend.
I don't even know what that means. Is that good or bad?
I'm going to be chill. No, I'm not going to go crazy. Like, are you crazy? Like, if any sort of weird conversation, I am shutting down. There's no way I'm talking like this.
Why? It isn't like people aren't...
Hell no!
It's not like those same people aren't listening right now.
I know, but they're not here.
But they're gonna be.
I know, and we're gonna be like,
who are we talking about, you guys? I don't know. We'll see. Guess we'll see.
Like, I'm just gonna be like, how do you like Captain Marvel? Good movie, huh?
I thought that Captain Marvel was very showed a very strong, womanly persona. And,
I am a Beastie Boy fan as of that day.
What the hell's that? See, what's that mean? What does that even mean? What does that mean?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
What are you doing over there?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I can't be a NWA fan that day. I got to be Beastie Boys. I'll be more Beastie Boys than NWA. Right now, I'm way more. Right now, I'm more Q Predator. I haven't gone crazy. The last few Babadook episodes, I've been NWA.
I don't think you've been NWA.
I haven't gone.
You
all
were
the
more
way.
like, oh God, what's his name? Was it Jermaine Dupri? What's his name? No, not Jermaine.
Heck
Dupri.
no.
No, Jermaine.
I do like Money Ain't a Thing though. Money Ain't a Thing used to be my jam.
I think I'm saying the name wrong.
Jermaine Dupri.
No, it's not Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Stewart. That's who you are.
Who's that?
We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you crazy? I thought I went a little bit overboard.
For you.
I did. I went a little bit overboard. I was like, I don't want to. And again, this weekend is going to be we're going to talk movies, bro.
All right, ladies, if you're listening, do not let this guy hold back.
Oh, no.
No, you're going to ruin the show if you do that.
That's not true. People don't want to hear that madness. They want to hear, what did we think about Captain Marvel this week?
We've been talking about that stuff so much lately.
Look, the Babadook is a thing too, by the way. As in, like, I can't see that movie without think of it now. Like that person, it's like, whew.
Oh, you've blended them together?
Oh, yeah, I got to be more careful. Every time I see it, I'm like, I got to be more careful about life. I really do. That movie means something totally different. That movie could mean that in my brain
Let this
when
be
I
a
watch it
reminder
now.
to you.
Okay, so what we've learned this show is that Dan's going to start a food truck. That's what I've taken away from this.
Yeah.
I
Steve
think that
doesn't
this
know that women liked butts.
No, didn't know.
Didn't know.
I didn't. No. I knew some women did. I think it was a huge swath of women that are just like, no, I'm just a butt person. I'm like, oh, well, that's awesome.
Wait, are you saying strictly butt? That's it?
Yeah.
No, I don't think women think that way.
You see, that's what I thought. You're wrong. You're very
That's
wrong.
it. That's just all.
Like they're like, if
you know
they're
what?
cute-
Actually, I'll change that because that's sort of an ignorant statement. You know what? Probably. Why not?
Yep.
There's guys that are just like, I'm just into butts. That's it. So I get it.
Exactly. That's why I was just like, oh, of course you would be too.
I thought you were saying that you didn't know women liked butts.
Oh, no. I knew that, but I didn't know that they were like, I mean, now it seems silly not to know, but they're like, yeah, there's a bunch of women that's what their thing is. That's it. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. That's really nifty. Good to know.
Gabrielle.
Oh my God.
Gabrielle Union's a butt person. She likes to feast on the booty.
Gee, do you know how disappointing that is still to this day?
Nope.
Gee, I mean, she was it.
I say you should encourage, you know what I mean? Like chase your dreams, like we were talking about. Chase your dreams.
You know what's funny? I know you're. Here's the funny part. Let me tell you how. Okay, say you had a girlfriend that you're very close to.
Okay.
Right. And are you like germaphobe or no?
Come on. No.
So if like a friend of yours that you're really close to, a female friend, is like, hey, taste my chicken, like you would eat it off the fork sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, if she told you that was her thing, would you then eat meat off her fork?
That guys eating meat off of her fork is her thing?
No, that her doing the Gabrielle thing was her thing. Would you then eat meat off her fork?
Depends on if she had just done her thing.
She did.
Like she
No,
said,
she
"Hey,
just. No,
I
she
see her
like.
step away to the bathroom and then like hug someone on the way out. Some dude.
No,
I probably wouldn't.
In general, that's her thing.
Yeah, I think I would.
Wow, you're a soldier.
You think, dude, it ain't like people walk around with doo-doo on their breath all day.
Oh, gee, your boy ain't doing it, dog.
I think I would have to like know the person. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Not like I have to know. I have to know anyone that I'm going to eat off their fork, obviously. But I'm talking about like, really know the person to be like, well, this one sends some freaky shit. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to. I wouldn't do it just for anyone.
I know, but if you're really close friends, it wouldn't bother you at all.
Probably not.
You're a G.
It just depends. She got a bunch of cold sores all over her lips and shit?
No, she's fine. Totally. She's just like, this is what I do to my man all the time.
Yeah, I think I probably would.
You're a G.
I think. I don't know. It's one of those things I'm going to have to, well, maybe I'm probably never going to be in that situation, but.
You will never be in that situation, Jay. Then again, have you ever eaten off someone's fork in the last 10 years? You might have been in that situation.
It's true. And I have.
Gee, it's over. Hey, you know what? I think when I start dating somebody, I will be like, I prefer you not to eat off someone else's fork.
Sounds about right.
I'll be like, it's just a little weird. Like if you're out and about and they're like, hey, I saw your girl. She was eating off some dude's fork. I'll be like, that's weird.
Well, now that I know that people clean their forks with spit,
listen,
maybe I'll change it up a little bit.
Okay, here's the problem with that, though. It works.
For you.
It works in general.
How?
Because if I spit on a fork and wipe it off, I bet you there's less stuff on it than before well, obviously, except for my DNA, but like dirt would be a cleaner fork after I spit and wiped it off.
For you.
For you. Well, no one's going to be sharing my fork, Jay. I don't let people share my fork.
Yeah, but you wanted me to share your fries.
Wow, you're very right. Didn't think about it that way.
Cross-contamination.
Yeah, kind of.
Hey, can you hear all this banging and stuff going on?
No, I can't hear anything.
Like, it's really windy right now over here, and I have, like, panels that are not flying off my roof, but shit that's lifting up.
It is windy over here. Dude, this climate change. Gee, we're about to get, we got tornadoes. We had tornadoes up on Academy.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the time I think I was in a tornado?
Oh, dude, why didn't you lead with this?
Or near a tornado?
Why didn't you lead? No, you have not, Dan. Please continue.
This was about, must have been 20 years ago, man. I was on my lunch break, and it was actually on this part of town. It was pouring rain. It started hailing, and I used to drive a Geostorm, so those little things, that's how long ago it was. So,
like the movie was based on.
Yeah, exactly that. And it was a very compact little car, but I'm in this car, dude, and the thing just starts going, like the whole thing is shaking. It was rain like I've never seen before, hail like I've never seen before, wind like I'd never seen before, and then it just disappeared. It just all stopped. So I was like, what the hell was that? And I just kept driving. And then on the radio, it said that a tornado, or a funnel cloud, as they called it, had touched down right where I was.
Oh, you went through a tornado?
Yeah,
dude.
or it was near it, really, really close to it. But yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Dude, that's crazy. You went through the eye of the storm and came out the other side.
I'd live to tell about it. It wasn't very exciting. It was just like, holy shit, what is going on? And my car was shaking. Like, I thought my car was shaking so bad, I thought glass was going to break.
Would you say that's the craziest thing you've ever experienced?
No, but we can't talk about them kind of things, Steve.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm saying other than like your kids being born, things with family, is that the craziest, like driving through a tornado is probably the craziest thing you've done?
It's up there.
That's insane.
I wasn't driving through a tornado. I was at a stoplight, and then it just suddenly was on me.
Oh, so it
or near me. I think it's probably near me, not on me. Because I think that, isn't it like if you get in the middle of those things, it just kind of demolishes everything?
If you're in the middle, it's like, it's hypothetically, it's supposed to be very, very peaceful because you're in the eye of the storm.
I don't know, man. I was near it or around it or possibly in it, but it was crazy.
And that's like not even a super one either.
No. That's what I'm saying. It was kind of scary, but I didn't know what was happening. It all happened so fast. It was more of a what the hell is going on kind of thing. And then once it took off and I heard on the news what had just happened, I'm like, holy shit, I was in that.
Gee, that's an insane story. And the thing is, here's the problem with California. We're not ready for that sort of thing. When it comes, it's going to destroy everything because our houses aren't built for that.
Yeah. And you know what that is? That you said the magic word. That's a very California crazy story. People deal with this shit in the Midwest all the time.
Yeah, but they think they think earthquakes are crazy.
That's true.
And I don't think they're crazy at all, unless you're on the Bay Bridge and you're like 20 years ago.
Have you been in an earthquake before, or have you ever felt it and go, "Oh my God, we're having an earthquake"?
About twice, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Pretty crazy. Nothing too nutty. A little crazy though.
I thought I had I thought I was getting dizzy. I thought I was about to faint because it started kind of it wasn't like a shake. It felt like my body was waving. And I was like, oh, I think I must have eaten something wrong because I'm about to faint. And then it just went back to normal. And that's when I looked up and everything was swinging. I was like, oh, but my body tried to make sense of it. They're like, oh, I think we're about to faint. Okay, good deal. We're about to faint. It's not going to be a problem. But then it just stopped. I'm like, oh, earthquake. Okay.
Earthquake.
Yeah, and then the other one, I was in my bed, and it wasn't a big deal. My thing is I ran out to the living room because they said sometimes when an earthquake happens, it will crack your walls, like mess with the foundation. And I just looked at my living room and everything was fine.
You live to talk about it too, man. See?
That's not a big deal.
You've been through it.
Not really. I don't think that was the... One day I'll tell the story about how I almost died in a snowstorm. That was crazy. Me and Maj. And Maj literally was like, Daddy, are we okay? And I had to lie to him.
How long's the story?
It's about an hour. It's literally... It was... Okay, I'm about to go even crazy. It was so crazy of a story, I wrote a movie script about it.
Yet one more thing I don't know about you. Okay, now here's the real question.
Yes.
How long were you stuck in the snow?
I was stuck in the snow
in a car?
5 hours, yes.
For 5 hours, and you wrote a movie about it.
Yes. Because I thought it was over. I had to look at my son and say, everything's okay, and it wasn't. It was not okay.
So,
and it was right by, and it was in the like Sierra Nevadas.
And how stuck were you?
I didn't have snow chains, and it started pouring snow.
And how high did it get?
I don't know how high it went, but I know that there was a point where I started going up a hill, and I looked in the distance, and I was like, hey, Maj, look at that mountain with all the mist on top of it, trying to make light of it. And then I realized that's where we're going. And so we started climbing this mountain, and it got into like mist. I'm like, this is clouds. This is not good. And the cop that let me go down this side, because what happened was, I'm only going to give the beginning. I was leaving Reno, and there was a storm warning or a snowstorm warning. I was like, oh, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden you see this huge line of semi trucks. And so I drive up to a cop, and I'm like, hey, policeman, what? I'm just going to have to wait here. He's like, yeah, you're going to have to wait here. And it could be, you might want to just go back to Reno because I don't think we're going to let you through. He said, but you know what? And he talked on his radio. He's like, you can go through this sideways. It's a 5-hour detour. And he opened a gate that had a side road, or there was a side gate that had a side road. So I was like, I'll just take the 5-hour detour. And I drove down the gate. And right when I was looking, I looked up in my rearview mirror and saw him running toward the gate and closing it.
Maybe he was like a racist cop.
Dude, I don't know. But I think he just got a call saying, hey, don't let anybody through that freaking gate anymore. And he ran and closed it.
Hey, Sergeant, I got me a couple of them African Americans in this car here.
One of them looks real high yellow. But and from there, it was just a freaking horror story. A horror story, dude. It was the closest to death that I knew.
Did you have food?
No.
Did you have water?
No.
Did you have to go to the bathroom at any point in time?
Yes, but I just held it.
And what was Maj doing?
He just was like, he kept on looking at me and saying, Daddy, are we okay?
How old was he?
4.
Oh, wow.
And the funny thing is, I wasn't acting like anything was weird. I was listening to Smodcast. Like everything was normal. And he said, Daddy, and I looked back, I was like, yeah. He's like, are we okay? I said, oh, he even can tell something is wrong. And I said, yeah. The higher I got, the more.
Why are you talking that way, Daddy?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I'll tell you that story. It was and the funny thing is I still have the script, but I'm just like, I'm never going to do anything with this. Because in the script, it turns out before I went through that gate, I got into a car accident. So the cop wasn't even a real thing.
What?
Yeah, like in the script, at the end, it turned out I got into a car accident and I was just in a coma.
Oh, I thought, never mind.
But
gotcha.
I thought he had just taken me on a side gate. And I chose to go down this gate.
So was the cop a metaphor for hell or something?
Yes.
Oh.
And through this gate, I ran into this beast, and I was scared of this beast, and this beast was like, "Do you want to live or die?" And I'm like, "I want to live." And he's like, "Well, then keep on driving."
Let's make this movie. Why not?
The beast was scary. Like, it was a wolf-like creature I keep on seeing. And exactly. And he banged my car and it twisted over and he ripped me out of the car. And he's like, and he put me on the ground and he was drooling on me. And he's like, "Do you want to live?" And I'm like, "Don't kill me, don't kill me." He's like, "Do you want to live?" And I'm like, "Yes, I want to live." And he's like, "Then live," and just disappeared. And I was like, I guess I gotta walk through this storm with my son.
So he was just he was just an inquisitive wolf monster. I'm just curious if you wanted to live. Oh, you do?
Exactly.
Okay,
do you want to live or not? I'm like, and then finally when I woke up, like at the end when I woke up, I realized that, I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, you were just," and like through the whole series, like literally it was like a fantasy land. I ran into trolls, these evil things, like everything was terrible. And there was a point where I just sat down in the snow and I was like, "Oh no, I'm done. Just kill me then. I can't do any more." Around every corner, there's a crazy monstrous thing. I can't do this. And then I run into the beast again. He's like, "So you don't want to live?" I'm like, "Yes, I freaking want to live." He's like, "Well, then keep on moving." I was like, okay. Because the thing in my brain is,
he sounded like a very helpful beast.
Yeah, the thing is, he's like, "I'm the scariest thing in your brain, right? And you just got drooled on by me. So all this stuff should be cake." It was actually a deep movie. He's like, "I am literally the scariest thing in your brain, and you're fine."
What if can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What if I volunteer my services and I'll do the filming and we make this movie? A Heroes of Noise production.
That would be really funny, dude.
I'm serious.
Seriously?
Yeah, why not?
That would be freaking interesting.
Let's do it.
You want to know another movie idea, though?
Yeah.
That I wrote?
Yes, please. Never stop talking.
Okay, so there's it's a really cool idea where it's just like, okay, there's a guy, and all the guy's duty is to, like, the movie starts with a guy, he has apparently this is not his wife, and he's very nervous and very bumbling, and he's cheating, right? And he's like, "Oh crap." And he turns out, "Oh crap, I went to the wrong hotel," and "Oh no." And as soon as he walks into the hotel, the girl is just like, "Hello." Or no, I'm sorry. It's with his actual wife, okay? Mm-hmm. A guy walks into his wife and he realized that he's going to a hotel that he actually cheated with his mistress on. And so he's like, "Oh no, this hotel's going to remember me." And as soon as he walked in, they're like, "Hi, Mr. Such and Such. Is this your beautiful wife you were talking about?" He's like, yeah. He's like, "Oh, your room's ready upstairs." Later on, we find out that he had hired a guy that actually is a professional person that makes all the cheating perfect. Like, my job is to make sure that you get away with cheating. I arrange everything. You'll never get caught. So one day he's arranging for a guy to cheat on his wife. He sees the wife and falls for the wife, the guy that's facilitating the cheating. And it's about him being like, "I can't do this. I'm supposed to be helping this guy cheat on his wife, but his wife is perfect." I thought it would be like, "Oh, that's fun." I was like, that, and that's for me, that was easy to write. Cause I'm like, yeah, what happens if cause I always like, I bet you I could help somebody get away with cheating. But I'm like, but what if I meet their actual wife? And I'm like, "Why are you cheating on this awesome woman? Like, she's perfect. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, what would I do in that situation?" And I wrote a movie about it.
That's not Hitch, is it?
No, that's what I thought it was. Hitch is literally him trying to get a woman. This is just a guy that's a sleazeball. He's like, "No, I will make sure that you cheat perfectly. You'll get away with cheating with every woman ever." And that's kind of sleazy. But when you see and the reason that he does this is because, obviously he's like, "I've been screwed over through my whole life. I've never, I got a divorce. She took me for everything I was worth. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure that every guy does their wife in." But then he meets the perfect woman. He was like, "Well, you can either make sure that she catches him and literally put your whole life on the line. Or you could be like, no, you know what? My job is to make sure that he gets away with this cheating." I forgot what I ended up having it do.
What was the name of the movie?
I didn't name it. I just literally, when I have a movie idea, I just sit down and just write it.
I feel like Jennifer Lopez should be in it.
You know what's funny, dude? In my brain, I was just like, I didn't know who would be in it, but the only reason I started writing it is because I remember Kevin Smith was like, "Don't ever second guess. If you have an idea, write it down because it's going to be gone. I promise you this. You are not going to have the same idea. So just start writing the movie. And he's like, one day you might film it. Who knows what could happen?
This could
you
be that
just
day.
film this movie, and it's a little independent movie. And next thing you know, you're like, what am I doing at Cannes? Like, why am I here? Like, yeah, people liked your movie. That's why you're here.
I just offered you my services, man.
Dude, we could totally do it.
We should.
And you know what's funny?
I like the snow one better, just because
the snow one is just too much. It's the only thing with the snow one. Now we're actually talking about it. It's just too much special effects. Whereas the cheating one could either A, be a short, B, there's no special effects, C, it's not a problem to actually rent out certain hotel. Like they let you film in, like you can call Fresno's Film. They're like, yeah, you can film in Piccadilly or whatever. Whereas it's hard to do special effects, especially believable snow. That is freaking hard.
We could go to the snow.
But how do we do the wolf?
We just call you guys from Monster Project.
Look, you know what's funny, dude? That actually is a really good idea. I wonder how much it is per second. I bet you it's some astronomical amount. I'll be like, what? Like, yeah, per second on screen, it's $4,000.
What do we just hire a really hairy dude?
You know what? I'm hairy.
What?
From the neck down, I am very hairy, dude.
I don't believe it.
I have to shave myself. I'm dead set. One time, I went to help a friend of mine move, and a buddy was like, look at the werewolf, because I had a tank top on. And my whole shoulder's hairy. Everything is hairy.
You got hair on your shoulders, Jay?
Yes, I do.
So how do you shave? How do you shave your shoulders?
I shave my shoulders.
Do you have someone help you?
No, I have a clipper. I have clippers.
So do you always have stubble?
No. It's like soft hair. But it's like the hair that's on those faces of those wolf kids. It's that sort of hair.
Is it gray?
What is it? Trichinosis?
Crazy trigonomics? I don't know. Is it, do you have gray hair?
I do not. I do not have gray hair.
So it's not gray furry.
No, it's just literally hairy.
Ah, okay.
I'm Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hudsons.
Yes. Dude, we should totally, you know what? We should film something one day. We should film a short.
Seriously.
We should film a short. I know, I'm dead serious because, I mean, I'm sure Jeffrey, I'm sure he would help.
There we go. See?
And he tweeted me this week. I said he listened. Great. Hey, if y'all have ever heard an idea like the one that I have about the cheater, let me know so that I don't end up getting sued one day. But let me know. I know the one that me dying in the freaking wilderness has not been done.
I think we should go with that.
But we'd have to get, like I said, we'd have to get somebody that's really good at special effects. Because I've seen some of these werewolf. That werewolf on the Monster Project, he was dope. Mm-hmm. He would be who I use.
Yeah.
But I'm saying only the werewolf. You'd admit the werewolf looked good though.
Sure.
You don't think the werewolf looked good?
No, that's fine.
Freaking Dan.
It was fine.
It
was fine. It was very enjoyable.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a part of the show that Dan does so well, so amazingly. I do miss the pause, but he's going to tell you how to get in touch with us. Handle your business, Dan.
Okay, why not? What's up, everybody? My name is Dan. Welcome to the show. It's kind of the middle of the show, but we're still here. If you want to get in touch with us, if you want to talk about all these grilling ideas I have, the lunch truck, Steve's craziness, the snowstorm, the snow monster, whatever, hit us up at heroesofnoisepodcast@gmail.com. Ladies and gents, heroesofnoisepodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at Heroes of Noise. Hit me up, Dan, at DanQPublic. Get my buddy Steve at SE_Hudson Music. Go to Facebook, go to Instagram, it's all there. Want to know how to get there? Sure. Go over to our website, www.heroesofnoise.com, and hit us up there and do everything you need to do, including, ladies and gentlemen, leaving us voicemails. You guys have been slacking. That's okay. I forgive you. We've been slacking. We haven't been doing the normal thing we normally do, but I think you've been enjoying it. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to the show. Make sure you tell your friends about us. And please, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done with this. Vote for us in the My Roadcast competition. How do you do that? It's all on the webpage. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna appreciate you for that. At least I will. I don't know about Steve, but I know I'm going to. Steve's that way. He's kind of weird. Anyway, I'm gonna turn it back to him so I can prove exactly what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the one, the only, Steve Hudson.
So I saw Alita, Dan. I was like, I love Robert Rodriguez. Now, it did worry me. I love James Cameron too, but when he's like, no, I want you to do the thing that I do. Instead of doing this quick shooting a movie thing, do what I do. And so Robert Rodriguez did what James Cameron does, which is take forever on a movie. And this is what came out. And I'm going to tell you what, dude. Here's my view on Alita Battle Angel. Everyone thought it would make nothing on the opening weekend. It did 30 mil. 30 mil ain't bad. 30 mil that ain't too shabby. Now it's crossed into the 200 and some change because people were like, we're not going to tell you how it ends, but people were like, well, I would sure like to see another one. And they were worried after the first weekend. Now they're not worried anymore. They're not worried anymore. I loved Alita Battle Angel. Mind you, some things got on my nerves about how she was acting, but talking to Dan, I'd still need to talk to you about it because there are some things that maybe someone had told me that maybe teen girls do that I just didn't know they did when they're really into somebody. I didn't know that was a thing. But other than that, I really liked the fight scenes were amazing. There was a certain point I had to remind myself this is a CGI character.
Yeah, dude.
This isn't a real person. This is a CGI person. And I was like, oh, the fact that even happened in my brain shows how much I like this movie. I liked it, dude.
On that subject, man. Okay, you know how her eyes are extra big, so people don't just look like that, right? If you were to take that out, it's really close. I think we're closer than we've ever been, which is kind of goes without saying. Yes. I mean, as we get more and more progressed in our technology, it just keeps getting better and better. But I was sold, dude. Like, honestly, I didn't even think about the eyes anymore. I really loved the shit out of this movie, first of all. I know it kind of got some... If you noticed, it had some mixed... Like, some people didn't like it. And I think it's going to be that way for everything, but...
Yes.
I loved it. I was fully entertained the entire time. Yeah, there's a few corny moments. It had that YA thing going on with her love interest, and God, it's been so long. I'm trying to remember all the characters' names and everything. But what was that kid's name? Hugo? Is that the kid?
Her boyfriend?
Her boyfriend was Hugo, right?
Sounds Hugo. Sounds like Hugo.
He looked like Scott Stapp from Creed a little bit with that leather jacket and stuff.
You think so?
I think a little bit.
I think he looked like a member of Menudo.
He looked like Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin was a handsome fella.
He was a handsome fella. He still is. He's a good looking guy.
Haven't seen him for, he was he's an actor now, huh?
I'm sure he's doing all right.
Trust me. Living La Vida Loca, he never has to do another song in his life.
It's about as realistic as you can get these days as far as like the CGI is concerned. To where it blends in so nicely. You're taking worlds that don't exist and you're creating them and it looks like it blends in seamlessly. You know what I mean? The acting was freaking phenomenal. You got Christoph Waltz, who I thought was doing the most on this movie. They bring back Jennifer Connelly. Jennifer Connelly doing the most in this movie. It
was so good to see her.
Yeah. Yes. She still pops up every now and then. I think her last venture, I remember her was, what was it, The Hulk? And there's probably been more, but that's what I remember her in, was The Hulk.
Which one came first, Beautiful Mind or The Hulk?
Good question.
I don't remember. I remember her from
Mind.
Okay. I love Beautiful Mind. I thought she was great.
Now I'm going to have to look. I mean, it's right here in front of me. I guess I could probably just look real quick. But anyway, she did a fantastic job. She still looks great.
Fantastic.
I wasn't expecting where it went with her.
That was interesting.
Interesting.
It was interesting.
And then, but what about your boy Ed Skrein, though? He was great.
Is he ever, or do you think he's just going to fall into the mode of Taylor Kitsch? Like, you know how they've been trying to make Taylor Kitsch a thing? And it just never quite happens.
I've never really gotten that impression that they're trying to make Ed Skrein a star. He just shows up in things and he kicks ass in them. He was great in Deadpool. He was great in this.
Totally.
But it's not like it's an Ed Skrein movie.
No, I'm just saying I hope he doesn't fall into that, where it's just like, wow, that guy's good.
I heard Michelle Rodriguez was in this movie.
Michelle Rodriguez was? I didn't see her.
Who was the one that played... No, I think she was.
Michelle Rodriguez was in Alita Battle Angel?
Hold on.
What was she? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was. She was Gelda. She was uncredited.
Well, then, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't have seen her.
I'm just saying. I didn't say she stole the show. I'm just saying I heard she was in it.
Who was she then? Was she just a voice?
Yeah, they didn't use her,
well, then who
her likeness.
Her voice was in it.
Hey, That's all I said. I heard she was in it. That's all I said. I didn't rave about it. You will never, ever, ever hear me rave about Michelle Rodriguez. I'm just making a statement.
I loved her in Widows.
Yeah, she was cool. She was all right. You know what? Honestly,
really?
I'll say that I liked her probably best in that movie than I have in anything else. I'm not a fan of Michelle Rodriguez, but I'm not here to bash her. I'm just saying I heard she was in
bashed
it.
her a little
But you know what? Rosa Salazar, though, she's a star. That girl's a star
really
right there.
She's really good. Really good. I mean, here's the thing. There were like people who didn't like this movie. I've noticed that they're not really anime people anyway.
And I would include myself in that.
And you were I think people that don't like anime, because you don't actively dislike anime.
Yeah, no, I'm not a hater on it or anything.
Yeah.
It's just not something that I follow. It's not something that I stay on top of or even watch that frequently.
Yeah, for people that don't really know the look of anime, they probably were like, "Oh, this is ridiculous." But yeah, anime is supposed to be it is almost an exaggerated thing. It's like the eyes are bigger, the body is skinnier. Now I have heard, some complaints about, now, they made her, but she's a cyborg. What are you going to do? But a few things, like there's, like I said, the few lovey-dovey parts where she's just overly into the guy. It was kind of like, okay, this is annoying. But I've also heard people be like, that's teenage girls, dude. When they're into something, they're really into something. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
You were saying that you heard some bad reviews or something about her acting like a teenage girl. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, for me, it bothered me.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't like like she was overly into him, but people are like, no. When teenage girls are first in love, they're like, it's serious. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was like this. I'm like, oh no, they're like really into the guy. I'm like, okay. Well, then that's fair, because she was super into him. She was like legit into that cat. And I thought he was a goofball. I was like, why is she into him? But
I thought that was the weakest part of the movie. I thought there were times in that movie where like her buying into that guy is what took away from it. For instance, when she gets her big break and she's going to be in that, what was it called? Motorball, I believe.
Yes. Geez.
So she gets her big motorball break, right? And she's getting ready. She's competing with all these people. And she just decides, because what was his name again? Hugo decides that he's not going to show up because he's got shit to take care of. And then he finally calls her out to say, I need you. She just leaves everything for him. That's
the thing. But the thing is, James Cameron isn't really, I don't think he's the one to write. I mean, if anyone was going to write an authentic teenage love story, I wouldn't imagine he would either. I wouldn't imagine he would be the one to do it anyway. He's so far removed from it.
Right.
So I'm like, I get it. I get that this is what you imagine teenage girls would be, let alone someone who's like, these are the first time she's feeling these feelings. So I get it. But even most movies are not good enough for me to ignore that. This was good enough for me to be like, it's still a good movie. I would watch it again. My son liked it. He was like, that was a freaking good movie. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Cause I didn't know if he was going to dig it, but he was like, man, that was great. Right. I was like, I really liked it.
Yeah. I went with my son too. And we were saying the same thing. Like, I had every intention of going back the next day to see it. And for whatever reason, I just never went back to it again, but it's definitely something I'm going to watch. I think I kind of missed the boat, dude. Cause I think I should have seen this in IMAX.
We don't have an authentic IMAX.
Yeah, I know you say that, but I'm just saying we have our version of IMAX, which would have been just fine for me.
I mean, yeah, we have a big screen.
It would have sufficed.
Yes. We have a really big screen TV.
That'll work. Oh, come on now. Stop it.
Yeah.
It's a little bigger than a big screen TV.
A little.
Oh, stop it.
It's like 4 of my TVs.
I'm not going to entertain you.
You know what? Maybe they changed it. Maybe they do have an authentic IMAX.
When's the last time you went?
Another thing, I looked for where the authentic IMAXs were. I think the closest one.
San Francisco.
That doesn't just like, oh yeah. How did you know that?
Because I've been to it.
I've been to the one in LA, and I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. Like, there's no way you would have to build. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. It's ridiculous.
They have a humongous theater in the Metreon in San Francisco, which is in like the, I think it's the financial district is what it's called.
How insane is that screen, G?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is insane. And so that when they're like, no, this isn't an IMAX, it literally just licenses the name. I was like, then why would I go?
See, I never heard that before. I just figured it was just a smaller version of an IMAX. I don't know. Like I get it. It looks bigger than when I go into the other theater.
It is bigger.
You know?
Yeah.
It works for me.
It would be like, yes, totally. It would be like if Edwards is Dan, IMAX is Steve. It's just bigger. You know, I'm swinging. Dan's swinging too, though. He's swinging.
And handling
but
it a lot better.
Steve's swinging. The movies are shorter, but
it's a fucking trailer. What are you talking about? You know what? If we're gonna go down this road, you know what it's like? It's like those stupid. Hi, I'm Carrie, and hey, I'm Bridget, and this is our commercial. That's you in the Regal Theater, the dumbass popcorn and Coke commercial.
Why do we have to go there? We could have just went to the next subject, G.
You started it, man.
Dad's mean today, people. See, you give a person a food truck, and all of a sudden they think they run the world.
I've had it up to here with you, Hudson. That's it. It's the last show I'm doing.
To God, dude, you get a food truck and you're like, hey, and you suck. I'm like, wow, that's harsh. Oh, by the way, what is the likelihood of us getting a sequel? In your opinion, without looking at any articles, Alita sequel, what do you think? 50-50, 70-30?
I would like to go 60-40 right now. 60 towards getting a sequel.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not. It's not.
That's not good.
I don't know. Like, I haven't really heard that much about it is the only thing. I would highly recommend people go and see this movie.
Damn
and I know that it left me, especially at the end when you find out who the bad guy was.
Oh, dude. I was like, what?
I did not recognize him at all.
Oh, my God.
And I know that was intentional, but it surprised me. I'm like, oh, shit, it is him. Look what sunglasses will do for people.
Every time I see him, I think of him saying, yeah, you see that? This means not welcome. I'll just put it like that. Every time I see him.
I think a curb stomping.
That's what I'm saying. Same movie.
I know. But that curb stomping, though, I can't get that out of my head ever.
Whew.
Keep me thinking for a while. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, look, dude. That was a harsh movie. And I was like, that dude, he did such an amazing job. But yeah, here's the thing with Alita Battle Angel. I don't think they, the advertising wasn't great. I mean, there's so many great things they could have put to make people see this movie. And when I watched the whole movie, I was like, wow, man, there's so many great things that could have been put into these ads, but they weren't. I just thought it was adorable. I would watch it again. I see why you watch movies twice. I get it.
Not all movies, but this one I would. There's just things, there was a lot going on in it that I could have missed that I think I want to go back and check out.
Like, I'm not going to watch, I'm going to see Captain Marvel once until it comes out on Blu-ray. You're probably going to go see it 3 times, you said, right?
I'm going to see it 3 times.
That's amazing, dude. That is.
But I do that with Marvel movies, man.
You've seen Infinity War 3 times?
Not every one of them, but a lot of them I have.
How many times have you seen Blade?
Probably 2 or 3 times.
Shame on you. How many times have you seen Infinity War?
Jeez.
Really?
I don't know,
really?
Dude. Like probably 6 or 7 times. Not in a row, but yeah. Over the last year.
I'm very eager to see how they interact Captain Marvel with Thor. Because as powerful as Captain Marvel is, Thor is technically a god. So I'm wondering how they're going to... I can't wait to see that interaction. Let alone the interaction between Iron Man and Shuri. Oh my God, that's going to be... When he sees her equipment, I wonder if he's going to lose his mind.
Like, hey, let me see your equipment.
Bruh, when he sees Wakanda, is Stark going to lose his mind? He's going to be like, oh my God.
Will he make it to Wakanda?
He will.
Yeah,
I mean, he has to see who the smartest person on the face of the planet is.
Yeah, that would be a huge loss if they don't do that.
Yeah,
huge miss.
She's literally thinking circles around Stark. And Stark's never been around someone like... The closest he's gotten is Banner and Vision. And she's thinking circles around both of those guys. Like, this is a woman that's going to be blowing Stark's mind. I can't wait, man. But yeah, I think, again...
What are you giving Alita?
Okay, what do you want? Hold on, let me think.
It's been a minute.
What is that freaking sword called? They called it something in the movie.
How about we go Dead Dogs?
Oh, that was too sad. Whatever the sword's called, I forgot what the sword is called. But
we know what a dead dog's called. It's called a dead dog.
Okay, let me see. Damascus Blade. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 Damascus swords. What about you?
That's fair.
Damascus blades.
I'm going to go ahead and give it. I'm going to actually echo what you say here, and I'm going to go 3 out of 5 Damascus blades too.
That's good.
Yeah, because it was a good movie. Could have been a better movie, but it's one of those movies where I saw so much happening. I think I need to see it one more time before I give it a final. But for this viewing, particularly since we saw it like 3 weeks ago, we've been meaning to talk about it. Yeah, 3 out of 5. That's for me.
It has. Okay, what I will say is it hasn't stuck with me. Okay. I will say that.
That's fair enough.
What hasn't, and that, you know what? And in a way, I was glad we waited, because it's like right off the jump, I would have been crazy over it. I have not really thought about it again. And there are movies that stick with, as you know, there's movies that like stick with you, and you're like, wow, like. But normally they're not action movies anyway, though. Normally the movies that stick with you are pretty in depth, like, whoa, that was wow. But this movie, dude, if someone was like, what are we going to watch? We got a little battle. I would literally say, hey, put that in. Let's go. Can't wait. Let's do it.
Yeah, you're game to watch it.
Oh, dude, this is going to be, it's fun from beginning. They don't take forever to get to the good stuff. She starts fighting fairly quickly.
And when she does, it's pretty amazing.
Oh, dude, she is no freaking Jedi.
They even threw an F-bomb in there. I wasn't expecting that.
You only have one for a PG-13. And
it wasn't misused, I don't think. I think it was okay.
That's funny that you say F-bomb.
And didn't say the word?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Why?
What's going on with you? Why the dude gets a food truck and starts cleaning up his act?
That would be gratuitous.
What I tell you? Food trucks change people.
It wasn't sincere.
What I'm saying.
It wasn't sincere. So I finally got you to check out the DC universe. I don't know how much you want to talk about it just now. We'll leave Titans out. I know you're just getting started on that. So leave that out completely. But Doom Patrol.
Yes, I do want to talk about some of it this weekend. We're not going to say why. But here's what I'm going to say. Brendan Fraser is a star. We forgot. We forgot Brendan Fraser is a star. And I'm sorry. The dude has a metal outfit on, and he is I love Matt Bomer. Love him. But the way Fraser is acting from behind a suit is incredible. Unmatched. I don't know how he's doing this. But I would watch hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Brendan Fraser show. I would watch it.
I like it. I mean, I didn't really care for the Mummy movies, but I didn't really blame him for it.
I liked the first Mummy. I thought
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something I would recommend.
And I would say for all the characters are they're fine. Again, I'm not into Homegirl as much as y'all are.
Oh, you talking about our Twitter conversation?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I'm not into it like that.
No, I think she's a great character just in general. Maybe not even necessarily the actress.
Yeah.
Diane Guerrero, since we're talking about her. But no, I think she's awesome, dude. 64 different personalities, each with a different power. Come on.
I've seen someone do that amazingly recently. And so it's tough.
Who are we talking about?
From Glass.
Yeah, but it's different.
How?
It's a different character.
I know, but his switch was crazy.
Yeah, but I still think it's good. I think it works very well for the Doom Patrol show.
It's fine. It's fine. Now, what I will say, Steve. What I will say is, as much as I'm fine with her, Cyborg G. Cyborg.
Let's talk about it, because
not now. I can't now because I don't have time now.
Oh my God.
I have to go now actually. But I want to stay long enough to say this. In LA, there are actually clinics for acting. And they teach you. This is so mean. Bruh, there's you got to do something, man. Because they're not even putting out their A game. And you got to at least keep up with that. You can't you can't be so unbelievable that it takes me out of the show. You just can't. And I'm speaking at this, bruh, listen. You got to represent. You got to represent, man. And I love that you're on the show. But gee, you have got, I just don't believe it, man. I don't. And I try to. And I just don't. And the thing is, man, I don't know how it's hard to play that part, G. And maybe it's like me, someone saying, you're not playing the piano right. It's probably easy. Whatever, G. What I'm telling you is you got to do better, man. And I'm probably going to go off the hook this next episode. But right now, G, you got to do better.
How many episodes have you seen?
2.
Okay. So on the third one, I've just given up. Like I was willing to think.
Is it that bad?
What's his name's Joy Von Wade, I believe is the guy that plays him. And I was willing to think, okay, his introduction, maybe it's just a little bit weak. You know what I think? I think they have exhausted all of their funds for quality actors, and now they have these jokes that are going to be coming in.
But it can't be because he's in the Justice League. He wasn't great in the Justice League.
But he wasn't this. This is a mockery.
He wasn't this. It's almost like he's like, I don't even want to be here.
It's like
why am I doing Justice League and this?
This is what I said on Twitter. I said it's like they got the strongest cast and they said, okay, well, let's take what's Cyborg look like? Okay, he's a big guy. He's a big presence. Let's take the smallest dude in the room. I think he might be smaller than Crazy Jane. His costume, which does not fit him. Doesn't look, it looks like it's, you know what do we have lying around? Okay, let's use that. And what's wrong? He can't act? Okay, well, that's okay. Well, let's just work with it. They just got the wrong person for this character. And it is such a contrast to the rest of the crew. As quirky as they are, it just doesn't work. I don't know if it's ever going to work. I don't think I see this character being any better than he is right now. And I don't feel there's any reason to defend that. Like, he's just a shitty cyborg.
What I'll say is this. I'm worried about the next episode, Jay. I'm worried. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Oh, and before I leave, DC, get your crap together with Fire Stick. What the crap is going on with your app? If it's not ready, don't put it on it. Just don't put it on the thing. I'm tired of clicking on it and nothing happens. Jesus.
Sorry, whack-ass Fire Stick. Get a Roku or something.
First of all, just calm down. Oh, I got it. I have got to go. People, here's the thing, man. I'm sorry I took up too much time talking about the food trucks and Target. But what I will say is that I love you all, and we're going to have an amazing show this upcoming weekend, and we're going to go crazy, go mad, go insane. And I can't wait to see, love, and hug on everybody through Sonic love. And other than that, I'm out. The next wonderful, amazing, dope voice you're going to hear is the man of the hour, the Tower of Power, Danathan. Peace out, people. Love you. Peace.
We're going to record this weekend with some very special guests. We are talking about Captain Marvel. So that's all I'm going to give you right now. My name is Dan Ramirez. That guy over there was Steve Hudson. We are the Heroes of Noise. We want you to be good to yourselves. We want you to be good to the people around you. And with that, I bid you adieu. Peace.